Okay, I'd like to tie a pattern that I call the Evie. It's a pattern I developed, and obviously it's a variation of something. I don't know what it might be. But it's a pattern I tie to catch bluegill. The story behind this is I was wanting to go bluegill fishing with my buddy Joe Eddie, and my wife wasn't too happy about it. So I tied a fly and called it after her and named it after her. I call it the Evie. Name's Evelyn, so didn't pass the fire. I still was in trouble, but I still went fishing. For the thread, I'm going to be using in the vise I have a Mustad 3388 size 8. That might sound a little big, but I found that most of the time the bluegill will not swallow this, and even the small bluegill can get it in their mouth. I have a pair of bead chain eyes tied on, lashed on top of the hook shank. This will make this fly ride upside down in the water. It'll sink solely in the water because of the bead chain eyes. This is size, I believe, medium bead chain eyes. Put a little heavier bead chain eyes on and it'll sink a little bit faster. Okay, I'm going to start the thread behind the eye and make a base down the hook shank. I'm going down just a little bit past the bend, down the bend. And then I'm going to bring my thread back up to behind the bead. For legs, or tails on this, I'm going to be using some chartreuse rubber round legs. Tie them in here behind the bead chain eyes. Stretch them down the shank. And bring them on down. I'll bring my thread back up behind the bead chain eyes. For the body material on this fly, I'm going to be using some chenille. It's a ultra chenille, fluorescent. It's a small material. Okay, we'll tie it in behind the bead chain eyes. And run it down the shank. And then we'll come forward again. And I'm going to wrap it around the shank. And we'll tie it off right behind the bead chain eyes. Okay, I'll clip off the excess. Now I'm going to turn the fly over in the vise. And I'm going to bring my thread over the top and in front behind the eye. And for like a wing, I'm going to be using some what I call chickaboo. It's a marabou material. Actually, it's a grizzly soft tackle and chartreuse. I'm going to take two pieces of this hackle and butt them back to back so the concave sides are out. I want the tips about even. What I'll get is something that looks kind of like this. Okay, I'm going to size them. I want them about half a shank length or a shank leaf longer than the fly, so about right there would be fine. Okay, I'm going to strip the stems And I'm going to tie this right on top of the hook shank. Then I'm going to go on the far side, make 2 turns behind the bead, bring it back over the top, tie it off, and I'm going to do this one more time. Okay, clip off our stems. And we can form a nice head. Okay, we can whip finish. Cut our thread. Okay, we can take our wings and kind of preen them just a little bit, maybe even grab a little bit off the ends. And we can cut our tails off. With them just about the length of the marabou. And we have the Evie. A lot of action in the water. It's a good fly for bluegill.